Diane or Dr. Betty Diane, Senegal.
Why someone from a country which is not involved in a deep seabed mining is he standing here to talk to you? What should I say? It is true that we are quite active in mineral resources. We are quite active in mineral resources, but not in the sense that we understand mineral resources. Because when we talk about it, we are referring to manganese nodules, we are referring to massive sulfide, or we are referring to cobalt crust. And Senegal is not in those business today. And tomorrow I doubt very much that we will start. But today I could say that Brazil as well is in the same position today. Tomorrow maybe. Côte d'Ivoire in the same situation. No developing country will be, no, not will be. The future we may see. But today, the situation of developing country is that they are not involved in deep seabed mining in the sense that we're talking about them. This is a problem. I don't have the answer, but I believe that you want to give me the correct answer, what to do to have this change. Because we are talking about common heritage of mankind. We all have to have a share. But before I continue, Mr. Chairman, let me thank my Japanese colleague. We had proven a possibility of international cooperation, international technical cooperation. I was lacking a small device using the same equipment, and today, to be able to make my presentation, the device came from my colleague from Japan. Oh, you. My colleague from Korea is saying that this device is not working in a proper way. Now,
Use the Korean device.
Battery?
no, not battery, just
Cable? Power line?
For
the power supply?
power supply, but for my, I have it in the room. I cannot bring it. Okay. This is a perfect cooperation between.
The big problem
No,
is the
it's
product is made in USA. Sorry about the quality.
Now here, the last one.
Okay, it's a newer one. I use old computer.
You see the problem with technology. You will hear old one, new one, and if you allow me, I will just need 1 minute and I will come back with the proper device.
Yes, as I know that we have a national program for the methyl hydrates and conducted by the China Geological Survey. And last year, we had a very, substantial progress to take the samples from I forgot the what depths. But anyway, we take the samples from the bottoms. I think the area is the north part of South China Sea. And I was told by my colleague from the Geological Survey that the prospect is very good. Yeah.
Kaiser. Okay. Mr.
Thank you, Dr. Jin. Yeah, with great interest, I learned about your suggestions on international cooperation, and I fully would support this. But do you have any ideas how, for instance, to initiate a bigger initiative, for instance, in contrast to the Pacific Nodule Belt, where a lot of initiatives are launched already, and where the particular players could sit together and make some suggestions. Do you have any ideas for the equatorial and southern Atlantic Ocean, how to initiate the first step of engagement in this area? You reported about the around the globe trip, so I suppose that China also is interested in other areas, as probably many states are. And how are your ideas to initiate an initial initiative for this very brand new area? Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, maybe I could not understand the exact meaning of this word initiative, but actually I believe that the International Seabed Authority can play a very important role to organize such a cooperation. I just give two examples. One is for the biodiversity and environmental issues. I believe that a country like China, almost every year, we will carry out some cruises, and especially in recent future, we will focus on some sea mountain area and some middle region area. And in these areas, I know that people talk about a lot about the biodiversity. So I suggest that maybe the authority can initiate such a program to use such kind of plan of cruise, and it's not costly. It's just I think the most important is the need systematically comprehensive plan, and then different country can do something using this cruise to collect some basic, that data and sample. I think, but the most important, I think, is a good plan is very important at the beginning. The second example is that I believe that authority did a very good, very successful program for the geological model. And my experience is that, that before the application for the pioneer investor as polymetallic nodules, so different country has different standard, different system for the evaluation of resources. And the authority did a really hard job to standardization such kind of data and information different from country to countries. So why for the new mineral resources? I think this is, I think authority can do something. Also, I think if do the geological models for the new resources, then people can, I think, much more effective and maybe learn how to say much deeper about the process of such kind of new mineral resources. Okay.
Mr. Bedidian.
I do have
One question?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yeah. No, it can be later. It's
Okay.
okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bedidian. come back, please.
Thank you again, and sorry for this interruption. But it shows us how much we need to make a kind of standardization. I know that ESA has done it, but here we can be sure we are just users. It's not Senegalese technology or Japanese. But let's be more serious. I was about to say that going to deep seabed mining, when a developing country is going to start? That is the question, and I was expecting an answer from you at a later stage. But before we do so, let's just fasten seatbelts and cross. We will just need to cross the Atlantic. Senegal and Brazil. Senegal is the closest area, just to 2,000 kilometers. Senegal and Cape Verde, because in front of Senegal you have Cabo Verde, and Cabo Verde It seems that the French, oh no, it's working. Encore. Okay, we just cross here. From here to go to Brazil is 2,000 kilometers. And we had in front of Senegal, Cabo Verde. And most importantly, we have the Atlantic Ocean we are going to talk about. But let me say something. Even though we have a preference to have activities in the Atlantic Ocean, that does not mean that in the international area we have any sovereignty. It's just like the same privilege we may have with the Pacific, but we would like to encourage these activities in the Atlantic, and that is really timely organized, and that gives me an opportunity to thank the government of Brazil for organizing this, and also the International Seabed Authority convening and giving me the privilege and honor to address this distinguished gathering. After, I am going to strict, even though I have said that we are not active in mineral marine resources, we have a lot of activities in like gold exploitation or phosphate exploitation. I will not talk about it, neither to show any equipments. I will still strict to the marine minerals exploitation. This is again Senegal, that is to show the coastal in the Atlantic Ocean. It is a country, and as you can see, coming back to the, here you have the river Senegal. All this is river. We're using it for producing electricity in cooperation, joint venture between Mauritania, Mali, and Senegal and Guinea. Because all the rivers in this area are coming from Guinea, where you have heights over there. And Mauritania in the north, Mali in the east, South Guinea and Guinea-Bissau, and the Atlantic Ocean. While I was talking about the neighboring country, you have in Senegal, in the middle, Gambia, all over surrounded by Senegal, but that is historic. Not much we can do. when the colonial powers was fighting and wanted to have a peace, and Gambia came by a sort of trade-off between France and the Great Britain, who give up some area in the Gabon area to have a peace, access to the Atlantic in this region. And in the western part, we have the Atlantic Ocean, is the second largest of the world oceanic divisions, with a total area of about, this computer is too quick. It covers approximately 1/5 of the Earth's surface. The first part of his name refers to the Atlas of the Greek mythology, making the Atlantic Sea of Atlas. I think no comment is needed. The picture is showing by itself. While you have seen Brazil, this area of Latin America, close with Africa, that is the aspects I wanted to show, and I will come back to this picture. Because when you look at it, it shows that we have a lot of more similarity in tectonics, in geology, and in potential for minerals. That is the main aim I wanted to show here. On average, the Atlantic is the saltiest sea in the world. I will come back to that because it gives opportunity for exploitation of salt. And even it seems to be obvious, nobody has salt. Even the salt exploited in Senegal can be sold to landlocked countries. Some people will say that it's not an exploitation, salt is just, you just have to harvest it. But sometimes with evaporation, you find it in the ground, with 1 meter or 2 meter deeps, you just dig and you find it in the ground. And this salinity also is quite dependent on the latitude or longitude. When you come to Senegal, we have landed there since quite some time. It's 200,000 square kilometers. The population is 13 million inhabitants, like the population of Rio. And when you look at Sao Paulo, it's 20 million. And we have 700 of cost. But if you look at the sea, what we can get from the Atlantic today, the main resource is fisheries. It's a big richness for the country. And you have different type of exploitation. The very artisanal, you see people going early in the morning and coming back to sell their fish, or going late to come early morning to take their fish, in the fresh fish in the market, to industrial fisheries with big boats sitting in one place and taking everything, or the even boat taking all the fish at the end product as a can. And this derive from license or agreement signed, but it brings a lot of money to the country. When we come to marine mineral resources, the commonly used is gravel. Gravel is taken as building material. And we have black sands. Black sands is not only in Senegal, you will find it in Sierra Leone and other parts. And black sands is commonly present in the type of rutile, ilmenite. And what is amazing with black sands is just you can exploit one zone in the beach. you clean the beach, and sometime later, it will be charged again, depending on waves. And the exploitation is to take all the sand with these minerals. The separation is electromagnetic. You put everything in electromagnetic, and you get your black sand, and the sand clean all over the place. And a couple of years again, you come back in the same place, you can come and exploit it. And when you look at titanium, it's used mainly for painting. The best white painting is coming from the most black mineral of titanium. If you don't use it as an oxide, your paint will not be good. In the meantime, this titanium is used in aircraft construction. It has a very good strength and it's very light. And when you're talking about something like the aircraft Airbus 380, Airbus, 380, which will take a lot of people, these will be used very much. And again, salt, it has been exploited since very long time in all these beaches because of this present, and that will be a good economical activity for a couple of people to go to sell it even in other countries. Oil and gas. Now we have heard from our colleague from Petrobras, his presentation. We are also quite active in oil and gas. The last discovery in the region is from Ghana. It makes people very happy. And in the offshore, and all this offshore area, it's present because now the technology and the exploitation, even the exploration, is going deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's bringing a very big potential for the exploitation. And for oil and gas, that is the kind of thing that we can do. All this bathymetry study, all this seismic, we do it. And you will tell me why we do it. It is to find oil. If you tell me that oil exploration or production is quite costly, we do it. That is to attract investment and to attract industry. And I'm glad to see you in the past time, it was just big companies, the majors from developed country, but I see today, like Petronas, they are going out of, Petronas is from Asia, from Malaysia. They are moving and take a permit and invest for exploration. Petrobras also, Sonatrach of Algeria, they are doing the same thing. And I think, and they are getting now very aggressive, unlike the majors. Now they want to be everywhere and get, when they come, you sign a contract, contrat de partage or a convention on, in a better terms than before. While we are doing this, we are promoting also all the minerals. Now, how to come to develop marine minerals resources. The first step was to harmonize our different legislation with the Convention on the Law of the Sea. The reason is quite obvious for territorial sea, contiguous zone, EZ, and the continental shelf. It has been needed to be defined, and also